Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is the Ranch Mashee Course, one of my favorite places to play on a weekend. Nice and relaxing. So you just witnessed the first tee shot. It's about an 80 meter shot, so I had a little lob wedge in there, and then came up a little bit short, but still on the green, so I'll take it. I'll have a little bit of a long birdie putt. Let's see what happens. Looks like they aerated the fairways a little bit. It's going to be interesting. Hopefully I just get the greens. That would have been a nice start. I would have went off running if that went in. Okay. So the aim today is to play about 3 under. Yeah, very difficult target, especially with the wind. But let's see what happens. Just a little bit left of target. Still seems from here, it seems like it's on the edge of the green. Hopefully I can make one. Okay, I'll take that par. Sometimes I get annoyed when I make a par. Other times I feel like I was a bit lucky. Okay, so here on hole number 3, I'm normally playing a sandwich, but with the wind from the front today, I'm gonna be playing a soft gap wedge. So that one, I kept it nice and low into the wind. It was just left of the hole. Perfect shot. From here it seems like it's gonna be like a 3 meter putt for birdie. I always like a birdie, boy. Okay, 1 under after 3. Hopefully I can keep going on this pace. Playing 3 under would be making my week. You know, it's funny, we only get 1 or 2 days a week to play golf. So if you play a good round, makes your week good. If you play a bad round, makes your week bad. But anyway, I won't let that keep me down. I'm gonna be playing good birdies. So on this hole, it's always a very short 60-meter hole. The flag's in the front. Today the flag's at the back, so it's playing 85, and the wind is against. So I'm gonna be striping a sandwich here, where I normally play lob wedge. Get down quickly. Okay, that's going to be interesting. So I hit that one left and long. At least there's some space there and the flag is on the right. So I've got some room for a bump and run chip. Hopefully I can put it at least close enough to make the par. That's why they call me the up and down king. So when I arrived, I looked at that tip and I was like, yeah, that wasn't what I was expecting. But in the end it worked out for the best. Still made my par. Put in a pretty sick chip there. One happy camper. Okay, so hole number 5. It's been my mortal enemy the last 2 videos. Today it's playing about 100 meters. Hopefully I can just put in a good shot here and beat this mental issue I have on this hole for the last few weeks. It's not in the bush. Luckily, I first hit that ball, I thought, it's way over the green. Then it came down nice. Just off the green. Still be able to putt from there maybe. But it just shows you if you have some mental issue, it really affects the reality. It almost bends the reality. So where I'm 1 under after 3, 1 under after 4, just made a big confidence boost on this last hole with a nice chip, and then you get on the tee box where you have some mental problem, and then you start jittering. But anyway, something to think about. Don't let the mind affect reality unless it's positive. But anyway, let's see what happens here. Okay, so I'm gonna chip this one because there's a small little bump in front of the ball. So I'm just gonna try and chip it in quickly. You see, something like that annoys me because I missed it on the low side, which means it had no chance of going in. It is my first short chip of the day, so I won't be too negative about it. But I would have really liked to see that one go in, because it was quite simple, and I won't have much simpler chips than that. So let's see what happens. Okay, so this one is playing 90 meters with the wind. Lots of upslope on the green. So I'm gonna try and pitch it short with a sandwich and see if it can just not spin too much. yeah. The next thing I want to talk about is margins. So I was trying to keep the ball low there, pitch it on the front, make it roll up the slope, because I felt like that had the best chance of not spinning back off the slope. And then I pitched it about a meter short on a very big upslope before the green, and it just bounced up onto the green. So where if I pitched it on the green, I feel like it would have been a perfect shot. So I was short by 1 meter, and it just shows you how fine the margins are between playing 6 under and playing level, or 1 under or 2 over, something like that, where if a few things went your way and a few things you did a little bit better, it would have made a big difference in the score. But anyway, I still have a very long birdie putt here. Let's see if I can make it. Okay, so 1 under after the first 6 holes. So for those of you who don't know, this is a 12-hole Mashee course. So my target today was to play 3 under. The reason why I'm so ambitious with my 3 under, 2 under scores is because the course is very difficult, but it's also very short. So I feel like if you hit a few nice wedges in there and your putting is rather decent, you are supposed to make at least 2 or 3 birdies for the day. So the fight is to make less bogeys and more pars on the holes that you struggle. But anyway, so I'm 1 under after 6. Still need to make 2 birdies on the back 6. Hopefully I can just get a few. There is 2 or 3 very easy holes on this side, and then there's 2 or 3 very difficult ones. So I'm quite nervous now. I still feel like I can make it. I love those things. I want to shoot one and make some nice biltong of it. Okay, so hole number 7 is playing 90 meters downhill. So the flag is at the back, so I'm choosing to hit a soft sandwich so it doesn't spin too much. If I can pitch it anywhere past the middle of the green, it should end up pretty close. don't make that one, if I don't make that putt, I don't deserve a birdie. I don't deserve this fancy golf set. Anyway, I think from here that thing seems to be 3 feet. Let's see. This is like the most annoying thing about golf is you hit a good shot, you walk up there, when you reach it you think, hey, this thing is 2 meter, papa. No way. But yeah, from this side it's looking like 3 feet. So hopefully I can just get my birdie, get my 2 under. Then it's only one more to go. The nervous walk up. The closer you get, the further the ball seems from the hole. This one, it still looks to be about 3 feet. Lekker! So what's always been funny to me is how I can be so nervous on those small putts, and on the longer putts, or even the putts that you putt for short 5 or double bogey or whatever, you normally just putt it in because you don't expect anything. So I've been really working on my mindset on the small putts to just keep focusing on where you're aiming and what speed you're gonna hit, and not to care too much about the end result. At least before you hit a shot, to not worry too much about the end result. Just worry about what you can control, which is your line and your speed. So yeah, luckily that one went in for a change. Now I'm 2 under after 7. Here on hole number 8, it's a very short hole. It's about 75 meters, wind from behind. There's a pretty noticeable downslope towards the pin, so I usually end up playing this one a little bit right off the pin, see if I can use the slope at the back to bring it back. But although it's a very short, it's quite tricky when the ball hits the green. It does some funny things. See, so I pulled that one a little bit to the left, and then it pitched about right next to the hole, but then it took that slope to the left that I was trying to use from the right hand side of the hole. So that's the thing about this shot. It's pretty easy shot, but the landing area is very dangerous. So yeah, but I still have a birdie putt. Not a very easy putt, Hopefully I can make it. If I can make it, I'm just gonna be so much more relaxed on the last 4 holes. So it would be pretty big for the confidence and the momentum to get this one in. If I just make a par, the pressure's back on, but again I missed that thing on the low side, which is the annoying bit. And sometimes I try and explain this thing to people who are not golfers, that if I get annoyed and the ball finishes this far from the hole, doesn't mean I'm trying to be showboating about it or anything like that. It's just I'm mad at the fact that the ball missed on the side of the hole where it won't turn from. So if I just was thinking a little bit better before the shot and I aimed it more to the high side, it would have had a much better chance of going in. But anyway, enough of my emotional meltdowns. Let's try and focus on this one. This one is also red. So this one's only about 65 meters. So I'm going to be playing a lowish lob wedge, one hop sit type shot. So let's see. Back foot, lowish, controlly. Get down. Get to the chopper. See, so that was a proper bad shot. I just hit that thing way too hard. So what I was trying to do was I was trying to trap the ball between the club and the ground off the back foot, and then keeping my hands way in front of the ball and the club face so that it comes out a little bit lower. And then I just punched that thing over the green. Now I'm having a very difficult short-sided chip on a very big down slope. So even though there's even though there's a lot of grass between the green and where my ball is, I think I'm gonna putt this one. I'm gonna chip this one. Yes, I wish there were crowds. I'll just add some crowds cheering in the video, and then hopefully everybody believes me that I was playing with all of these fans around, you know, seeing this master class. Anyway, now that I've had enough of my showboating, I'm gonna try and focus now, because now I'm 3 under with 3 holes to go, and the next 2 holes is very difficult. So I'm gonna just try and make 2 pars and maybe 1 more birdie, and then I'll be pretty happy with a 4 under score. Let's see what happens. Okay, so this one is 85 meters. Oops. The old nemesis of golf. After you hit a good shot. Ah, sprinkler! Not too bad for a fat guy. Huh? Jesus. That thing attacked me. Anyway, what I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted is after you hit a good shot, the next shot is always a bad shot. But I'm gonna blame the sprinklers on this one. You see, now I'm in a very difficult situation here where I'm in a bunker with no green to work with, and it's quite an elevation change between the bunker and the green. So I'm just gonna try and put it anywhere on the green so I can get a decent opportunity for making par. No way. That thing stopped like this far from the hole. What? Yes. Yes, I thought that one was going in. Wow. No way. To be honest, I thought when I was standing over the ball, I was thinking death, absolute death. No way of saving that. I just decided to take a very big swing at it and see what happens. And I can't even describe how perfect that one was. I can't believe it didn't go in after all that. But take my par. It's probably one of my most insane pars personally for me, because on the height that my eye line was, I was just able to see the level of the green. So I just saw this ball creeping over the edge, pitching on the first part of the green, and just zip, 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 and it stopped before the hole. And I was thinking it's gonna go in. Pretty insane. Okay, but now I'm still 3 under after that incredible par save. So hopefully I can get one more birdie in these last 2 holes. And yeah, that would be pretty sick. But this wind is picking up now. And I've got people waiting for me. So I'm not gonna rush too much because more about my round of golf than I care about them. Anyway, this one is a longer one, 120 meters. The wind is killing from the front, so I'm gonna be hitting my pitching wedge. I'm not gonna absolutely smoke one, I'm just gonna hit like a 3/4 one, nice and low, back foot. Hopefully I get enough spin so it doesn't go over the green. Shit, another bunker. Now I'm starting to play a mental game here where I'm not really doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Do a lot of doubt when you are busy swinging the club, and doubt is one thing we definitely don't want. So just gonna focus on this bunker shot, make sure I make a nice positive swing, not worry about the technique too much, just make sure I make a nice positive swing, get it out onto the green, take my 3 or my 4, whichever comes first, and then try and save it on the last hole again. But in situations like this, I'd like to make up scenarios in my head where I have to make a par in order to win, even though I'm playing by myself. There's no sane person is coming out in these winds today. But if I pretend to myself that I have to win it, it gives me something to just keep the muscles nice and but not too tense, just like focused. But anyway, this bunker shot, again the sand is a little bit wet and I have no green to work with, so I'm just going to be plopping one out anywhere onto the green and then try and make a pretty good par putt. Not exactly what I was looking for, but it did come out. I just smoked it. 12-hour brisket, that one. Let's see if I can make my incredibly difficult par. Why? Tell me why? Back to 2 under. That would have been a pretty sick par as well. But again, I missed it on the low side. So never really had a chance of going in. But yeah, now I'm on this last hole. Hopefully I can just put one close, get my birdie putt, take my 3 under, eat something nice, take a nap, all those things. Okay, so the flag is right behind that little tree in the middle of the fairway. So I'll just see if I can get it close. I'm trying not to shout too much because there's another group net. If those guys weren't there, I would be screaming. Anyway, so that one ended about 2 meters left, 1 meter behind the hole. So I have a nice short putt for birdie. Hopefully I can make it 3 under. I'm gonna be pretty nervous on this putt, I think. It's quite funny because it's not like I'm playing for big money or big crowds watching, but when it's on video it always makes you a little bit more nervous. But also in a good way, it makes me just focus a little bit more, and then feel like it has a better chance of going in. See, let's see where this one ended. Just about a meter left, because we were coming from this side, but about 3 meters past. So hopefully I can make this one. Under. Not too bad at all. Very impressed with my my form at the moment. We are playing a little bit of a competition here in about a month and a half's time here. So feel like me making all these videos here and practicing here a lot is going to help us. It's going to help us on that day. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. We'll keep the videos coming. Next week I'll come back again. We'll play again. Maybe, hopefully, at some point we can film a hole-in-one or something crazy. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe. Post in the comments if you want to. Say what you want. See you guys next time.